Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Andre Jones, and I'm the Athletic Director of Charles City County High School with your 2021-22 State of the Program address. This address will address many questions, comments, concerns, as well as provide information for everybody and interested student athletes and parents for the upcoming year. So our presentation overview. We will first talk about the accomplishments we achieved in 2020, 2021, our coaching staff for this upcoming year, what student athletes are required to have to participate in sports this year. We're going to debunk some myths and talk about why fall sports were canceled this year. We're going to talk about winter sports, spectator requirements for indoor games and competitions, spring sports, what activities will return to Charles City County High School for this year, facilities update, contact information, and a final message. So last year, here are some of our highlights. Our boys basketball team reached the regional semifinals with Cameron Johnson, a recent graduate, accumulating 1,500 points in his high school career. Our cheerleaders provided entertainment through YouTube and our streaming for our home games. Our Scholastic team won the Group 1A Region A championship for the first time, reaching the state semifinals where they're just a question away from the tiebreaker to go to the state finals. Our indoor track and field team sent 3 athletes to the state championship with Alexis Williams and Deanna Smith, both graduates, emerging as state champions in the triple jump competition. They are the school's first state champions since 2000. And finally, our outdoor track and field team performed well at the state championship meet, producing a state runner-up and 3 medals. So our 2021-2022 coaching staff is fully staffed this year. I'm proud to say that. I am the athletic director, and I will also be handling the duties as the indoor track and field head coach this year. Our assistant athletic director is Mr. Irvin Bradley, who will also serve as our head baseball coach. Mr. Terrell Brooks is our boys head basketball coach, assisted by Mr. Marcus Whitley. Ms. Haley Holmes is our girls basketball head coach, assisted by Ms. Vonda Williams. Mr. David Brown is our Scholastic Bowl coach. Ms. Katara Jones is our cheerleading coach. Our softball coach is Ms. Karen Burcham. Our outdoor track and field head coach, Mr. John A. Christian Jr., and he is assisted by Ms. Leilani Atkins, who will be assistant in both indoor and outdoor track and field. So what do you need to do to be a student athlete here at Charles City High School? Things are always changing in our environment, but some things do not change. For example, the VHSL requirements do not change. You have to pass 5 classes in the previous semester, which means if you pass 5 classes based on your final grade from last year, you are eligible. You also must be taking 5 classes for the current semester, which means you have to be enrolled in 5 classes. These are Virginia High School League requirements. We have no control over these. Next, you have to go to accumulated grade point average of 1.75 or higher. Now, if you see the bold print, Charles City, we lowered it just for this year because Charles City County High School, our administration understand there were struggles with some students transitioning from a virtual environment. And we want to give them fair opportunity to go from virtual environment back to in classroom. So you have to have a 175. If a student does not have a 175, they may apply for a one-time waiver as well. Last year, our athletic department hit a hard reset. So everything was basically wiped clean. We have a clean slate. So all the waivers were wiped away and all those things. A couple other things, you must have a completed athletic physical. That's a Virginia High School requirement. Cannot participate in any activities unless that's filled out. And you need a signed completed handbook for Charles City County High School athletic handbook. And that is required as part of our schools programs as well. So let's talk about fall sports. There's been a lot of talk about why did we cancel fall sports? And I'm going to break it down to you so that you can hear it from the horse's mouth instead of through the grapevine, because we know how things go. And one thing I want to be, I'm straightforward with you all. So this is why we canceled fall sports. We had a lack of student interest. Let's say it like it is. During 8 days of turnouts for football, the most we garnered was 8 athletes. And those 8 athletes were the ones that were documented and met all the eligibility requirements. During 5 days turnouts for volleyball, we only had one young lady who was interested, So we're obligated to the Virginia High School League, to our region, and to the Tabloid District to notify them if we cancel the season. And each level has deadlines so that we can notify teams. Our athletic department, we worked hard. We could not field a team due to the low numbers. And as per our handbook, we require at least 16 football players and 9 volleyball players to field a team. Yes, we can make exceptions, but we are looking out for the safety of the student athletes and opportunities of our student athletes. At the same time, we're not trying to hinder other schools' ability to go out and find games as well if we're not able to participate. So based off the low numbers, as you can see, we can't field a football team with 8 players. You need 11 on the field, and you need 6 on the court for volleyball. So with those decisions intact, we had to pull the plug this year. So now let's get to the fact and fiction about this, because people have been posting online. I have no problem with you all talking, but let's get the facts and fiction straight about these issues. First one said there was no outreach to students and parents about Charles State High School sports. That's fiction. If you look to the right, you can see all the dates and all the activities we did at the conclusion of the school year, which was June the 18th. That's when outdoor track and field ended. And you can see all the dates listed that we have done, numerous reach outs and the different types of methodology, social media, in-person communication, print media. We did it all. We did robocalls as well. We reached out. Next, grade point average factor into student interest participation. This is fact and fiction. We went by the Virginia High School League rules, which means you can technically participate if you have 5 Ds and 2 Fs. You pass 5 classes, you're eligible. But students who do not pass classes are ineligible by Virginia High School League standards. After we go through that, that's when we say we go look at that 1.75 GPA. This GPA can be cumulative or the semester. So you have to pass 5 classes first. After that, then we look at grade point average. And if you don't reach that grade point average, you do have a one-time favor. And like I said, last year we hit a hard reset for Charleston County High School in all areas, meaning students have equal opportunity to participate so they can receive a waiver. Other reasons, we do our research here, with our athletic department coaches, we communicate with students, and these are things that we heard, word of mouth. We've had students say, I don't think we're gonna have enough people to play, so why should I come out and participate? We had students that said they want to work this year. So that's another reason. So if we do not have enough to form a team, it's an unfortunate situation, but these are their decisions. And we're going to support our student athletes, whether they want to participate or not, Next, here's some other factors. There has been questions about money. Money is not a factor right now, Charleston High School athletics and activities. We're responsible for all the necessary equipment that we require: helmets, shoulder pads, uniforms, participation. Parents are responsible for the athletic physicals, and if there's sport-specific equipment, which is such as running spikes or girdles for football, and also transportation to and from school. I know that's been difficult, and this the next bullet point explains it all. Even with the cost that parents may have pick up, athletic department and coaches have diligently assisted to help student athletes obtain this equipment. With transport, I can tell you personally, I've transported students to and from practice for many years. My personal philosophy, a student should not be punished if they are unable to get to, if they really want to participate and be a part of student athletes. So, and we're still working, to get these student athletes out here. I'm looking to partner again with Charles State Regional Health Services. They've been phenomenal to us for the last 3 years, offering $10 physicals. We did one in July. Our goal is to have one done in October. So if you have a student athlete interested in one of sports, we're going to try to make it work for everybody, making sure it's affordable. So what can we do to bring fall sports back? You got to encourage student athletes, athletic department, we cannot force the athletes to participate. We encourage them. We want them to get something to try, but ultimately it's up to the students, up to the parent guardian if they want them to participate. We need feeder programs, at a young age. I've been working a lot closer with Charles City Parks and Recreation, and speaking with Ms. Kim Barrow, who is Parks and Recreation. She wants feedback. She wants to know what programs that the youth want to have in the community when it comes to athletics. She's had soccer, she's had basketball, she has softball. What can we do? So please reach out to Miss Kim Burr at Chelsea Parks and Recreation, which is 652-1601. You know, like I said, our job at Chelsea High School Athletic, we can only offer sports, and if we continue not to be able to field a team, these programs maybe discontinue in the future. A perfect example is volleyball. In 2003 was the last year, my first year here at the school as a coach. Volleyball ended in 2003, did not come back to 2016. And now we brought it back for 2 years, and this is I believe, our third consecutive year where we do not have volleyball. So this is another hard evaluation that we're going to have to look at. So that's just an example. It goes with a lot of sports. So let's move on to a little more of the positive. Let's look at what's coming down the pipeline for Charles A. High School Winter Sports of 2021-2022. So our first day of winter sports is November 8th. That's the first day of practice. That means girls basketball, boys basketball, Scholastic Bowl, indoor track, and sideline cheerleading will begin. So you see the date, November 8th. You have to have your physical. You have to have your handbook. In fact, I'm going to show you, if y'all look to the side, this is a physical form. It's 4 pages. You are responsible for 1, 2, and 4. The doctor takes care of page 3. And I also have a handbook. There's handbooks available in the main office. Come pick it up. Charles City High School handbook. You can come to my office to pick it up. Now, number of athletes required for a team. Girls and boys basketball are required to have 8 players. So we need 8 players at that level, varsity for girls and boys. JV levels. JV teams will be fielded once we determine if we are able to have the numbers to field those teams. Ask for 8 players, 5 is on the court. You got 3 on the bench. Scholastic Bowl, we're asking for 5 players. It takes 4 to participate. We have a regional championship team. With the regional trophy sitting right here in my office. We will be putting that up in the trophy case real soon. We got a lot of things coming. Indoor track, you only need 1 because 1 can win the state. And we've seen that this past year where we had a young lady who was the Virginia High School League Group 1A Female Athlete of the Year, and she won state. So it only takes 1 for that, only takes 1 for cheerleading. Simple numbers as it is. So now, this is one of the questions that were asked. Spectator requirements. If you're going to come to Charlotte City High School basketball game this year, you're going to have to abide by the rules that were set by place, not only by the athletic department, but by the school system itself. Masks are required. No mask, no entry. It's plain and simple as that. Social distancing is encouraged, which is right now 3 feet. We understand that when you go into an athletic atmosphere, you can be close up on each other. So we encourage it, and that's the best we can do. Due to current regulations in place and our gym floor, we got to refurbish this year. There's no eating or drinking in the gymnasium this year. When we do have concessions, they will be held in the cafeteria. In the cafeteria, when you go eat, please sit at a table. You can eat there. When you're in the line getting your food, mask on. When you sit at a table, mask off. Next, tickets, they may be limited this year. If we come to a point where it's too many people or we think it's too overcrowded, you may limit ticket sales. So just giving you a heads up for that. When you're attending the game, you're doing it at your own discretion. You're doing it at your own choice. Charles City County Public Schools, employees and coach staff are not responsible for any sickness, COVID-19 in particular, due to being in attendance. We understand, there are issues and, people might be afraid. We got to look out for each other, so if you're sick, don't come, If you're not feeling well, do not come. We want you all to be healthy, and we're doing every type of method and mitigation to keep you all healthy. So if you're going to attend the game inside Charles City High School gymnasium, those are the requirements. So now that we're done with winter, we're going to move on to spring sports. So in spring sports, our spring sports first day is February 21st for practice. That's baseball, softball, and outdoor track. See, I'm human. I can't even spell outdoor. So after that, you have May 14th is the first week of games. So number of athletes required for a team. Baseball and softball require 12 players. 9 is on the field. You need 3 at least spare. I'm going to tell you right now, softball is going to get a hard look at as far as continuing to field the team. We have not had softball in 6 years, believe it or not. So that's going to be a hard look. We're going to continue to offer it, but it's going to be a thorough evaluation of softball. Outdoor track and field, same requirement as indoor. You only need one athlete to participate. So requirements for outdoors are different than indoor. So if you come to an outdoor contest as of today, which is September 2nd, masks are not required for entry, but they are recommended. You're outdoors. Social distancing is encouraged. The concession store stand may be open during outdoor events. We recommend social distancing while waiting in line and find a stationary place to eat when you sit or drink. If you're attending, like I say, same thing. If you're attending a contest, it's at your own discretion and your choice. Like I said, if you're sick, don't come. We want you to get healthy. We want you to stay safe. We don't want you to be, if you have fears, do not attend. We want you all comfortable in our environment. The reason why we're allowing spectators back for both indoor and outdoor sports, because we want to make sure that we can continue to provide for our student athletes. So every time a fan comes in, it helps pay the bills and things of that nature. Last year, we were in a good position because we have saved up money. That's why we were able to have boys basketball and pay for the referees, and it didn't cost us anything because we were mindful of our money, And this year we're still mindful, but we want to have the fans back in stands. And that's the honest truth. We play better with the fans. So now this question was brought up on social media, and they're asking, what can my student athlete do? So opening gym and weightlifting for student athletes have returned. So if you watch the post, we have coaches supervising weightlifting and open gym this year. They need a physical and a handbook that I showed you earlier to participate. When they enter into the building, a mask is currently required, but once they become active, such as they're running on the treadmill, lifting weights, playing basketball on the court, they do not need to wear the mask when they're actively engaged. So what can each grade level do? 7th graders can weightlift and condition and serve as team managers, but they cannot participate in Virginia High School League activities. That means they will not be in any type of active contest or any contest that is regulated by the Virginia High School League. 8th graders can weightlift, condition, and serve as team managers, and they can participate in Virginia High School League activities at the junior varsity level. Right now, those two sports are basketball and outdoor track. There may be other activities if the numbers are better to fill those types of junior varsity teams. 9th and 10th graders can weightlift and condition, and they can participate in the Virginia High School League activities at either the junior varsity level and the varsity level. Finally, 11th and 12th graders can weightlift and condition, and they can only participate in Virginia High School League at the varsity level. So what's coming back in 2021-22? Well, I'm pleased to announce that we will be bringing back the Charleston County High School Hall of Fame ceremony. Ceremony will take place December 4th, 2021 at 3 p.m. in the high school cafeteria. Nominations will be accepted until Friday, October 15, 2021. And those who were previously nominated are automatically eligible for this upcoming year. So we're going to cycle through. We're going to have details in the nomination form, and you can email me at cchiathletics@gmail.com to obtain that form. So we've been working diligently on upgrading our facilities here at Charleston County High School. Thanks to the administration, to the school board, to Superintendent Dr. Joppy, Mr. Jerome Tyler especially. He's been spearheading all our facility upgrades. We have 2 brand new scoreboards. So now we have scoreboards on each end of the court. We got the next picture. You see our brand new refurbished court. We hope you all come out and come watch us play on this court. It's a brand spanking new. At the bottom left-hand corner, we have started on our track, and we are in full swing of the track. As of today, they have started part of the resurfacing of the track, and it looks beautiful. It's very, very needed. If anybody knows me, I've been lobbying for this upgrade for 7 years. And once the track is refurbished, we have pole vault equipment on the right-hand side, just sitting there ready to put on our brand new track. So those are some wonderful things that we are experiencing and going through. So we have a plethora of ways to be contacted here at Charleston County High School. And if you want updates as well, On Facebook, our generic page is Charles City County High School Athletics and Activities. On Facebook, you can also search for a specific sport. Just put Charles City County High School followed by the sport. So if you're interested in football, this is geared to football, basketball, baseball, softball. Each sport we have is catered to their own individual page. On Twitter, CC High Athletics. On Instagram, CC High Athletics. On YouTube, search Charles City County High School Athletics. And once we reach 100 followers, it will become CC High Athletics on YouTube. So you'll be able to search us like that. For the up-to-date schedules and rosters, this is what I usually update it on, but I will also update it on our social media pages. It is www.tidewaterdistrictva.org, and then click on Charles City County. It brings up our whole entire calendar. Right now, I do not have any dates on there because I'm finalizing them, and hopefully everything will be up sooner rather than later. And feel free to reach out to me. My number is 829-9250. If you want a quicker response, email. I'm around my email about 24/7, literally. And if you want to reach out to me, that's probably the better way to reach me. I'm not much of a talker, believe it or not. So in conclusion, we have the mechanisms in place. We have our student athletes and parents for you. We're ready for you all. Athletic department, coaching staff, we've been transparent. Our programs, made efforts. Now we got the coaches, we got the programs. We need your support. So with that said, I just want to thank you all for the opportunity. And I just want y'all to understand that we appreciate it. And we look forward to working with you on 2021, 2022. Take care.